Hey everyone, it's August and I forgot I had this footage, so we're doing this now. This is the Warsaw, Indiana downtown crit, the part of the Fat and Skinny Tire Festival. This is May 15th, Friday evening. We did 27.8 miles an hour, 298 average watts, 173 heart rate, just over 30 minutes, 14.6 miles, and average 83 cadence. This field has a ton of juniors in it, which is probably why it's so damn fast, because they can't get upgraded, so they're stuck in Cat 3 forever. Eventually, we'll get power. We'll see when this comes online. We'll see. There's some heart rate. Anyways, so it's August. This was a fun race. This is one of my favorite race series in the country. Basically, it's a 3-day festival taking place in Warsaw and Lake Winona, Indiana. It's sponsored by this giant multi-billion-dollar company called Zimmer Biomet, which makes orthopedics, and so they host these giant races. This giant series over this weekend, and it's always worth coming out. Our host Micah is like the coolest dude. We stay at his lake house. We have a ton of people from Chicago, obviously Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky. People coming out from all over. There's a road race Saturday, which I got crashed out of, and so I'm not going to post that video. And then there's a Sunday road race, Sunday crit on the island, which is pretty crazy. I posted that video a long time ago, but yeah. For some reason, again, Insta360 has decided to reverse the map in the bottom right, so just look at it as reverse. So start finish. This is a pretty steep downhill, almost 1-2% downhill into a fast left, usually over 30 miles an hour. Big headwind right here. Again, opposite of what we're seeing in the map bottom on the bottom there. So 2 left corners, still a little bit uphill, and then right about here it starts to flatten out. You can see above the American flags waving. Obviously our data is a little quirky, unfortunately. Right turn, that was fun. A lot of little manhole covers here and around this corner. This tight left, which you could take at a million different angles, and everyone did, and so there's a lot of bumping shoulders and elbows here. Into another left. This is the highest point on the course, would be right in front of this domed bank-looking building. Here's my teammate Andy. I had one more teammate, Will, in this field. And then, actually, we might have another one, Luke. We had quite a few people. It's been, obviously, a few months since I've seen this footage. So, and then, yeah, coming downhill into the final left-hand corner, which always bunched up a bit. It was by far the tightest point on the course, and it goes right to those barriers, so kind of scary. Also, the sun is directly in your eyes here, and so it's, I was running full sunglasses for this, whereas the guys later in the night were running clear lenses, because this turns into a night race for the P123 field. But you can see a lot of college kids at IU, Marion were here, Indiana Development, but really fun race. A bit of a festival on the left. The year before, this was hit by a crazy windstorm, which actually took out basically the whole event. Wall of dust. That was the one that covered all of Chicago in just a giant layer of dust, which was pretty wild to see those photos. But really fun race. My goal for this was to, because I hadn't raced that much going into this. There wasn't that many early season races for us. And I didn't travel for any of them. So this is like my first big series. And so my goal is just to kind of find my cornering senses, my crit senses, and try my best. So we normalized well over 300 watts, averaged 298 for 30 minutes. So this actually set some new power records for me, which was cool to see, especially early season. And so I was trying to stay towards the front, have a bit of fun, not get crashed out, and just have a good weekend. This is also the first race in the Midwest Cup Series, which actually just ended a few weeks ago at the Grand Rapids Omnium. That was at the Gaslight Criterium. And so this was a good little race. So you can see my data, unfortunately, is just a few seconds behind. Basically, we're already opposite on the other side of the course, so it's probably 20 seconds behind. But I'm trying my best with this Insta360, man. The software is a pain in the butt. It just makes cool footage. But the new desktop app allows me to pull out 4K video, which I know some people have been complaining. Try my best. So we'll jump ahead. Eventually, I get on the front. No result here, because these freaking Cat 3 juniors are just like absurdly fast, guys. Like they're holding. We averaged 28 miles an hour on a course this technical. This was pretty surreal. Fun course. But yeah, that corner, there's that little manhole cover on the left it's just utterly dangerous. it would cause everyone to kind of act goofy. And so you can see it's just a giant power dump every time you come out of these corners. Everyone's just accelerating downhill. But yeah, really fun course, and we'll jump ahead. All right, so we are much further into the race. You can see almost 10 miles. I've taken out 16 minutes of video. And the reason for this is the field was starting to split apart. This was a fast race. You can see a lot of teams doing controlling and causing breaks to happen. And so I find myself here on the outside doing a lot of watts. I know on the left our data is a little bit behind, but so sorry about that. So just give it a second to catch up. But you can see we have a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4 guys off the front. We have a line of juniors. These Indiana kids are super fast. So we're putting in some watts to catch on. I'm just scared because I have a few teammates behind me. I want to make sure the field doesn't get completely blown up, but you can see they're definitely getting off the front, and this is just technical enough to where if they can work together and be really smooth and maintain that 27, 28 mile an hour speed, they'll definitely get off and disappear. So coming through here, left turn, last corner, big acceleration, and I'm just trying to keep up, stay in the draft of these guys. You can see they're doing stand-up accelerations in the straightaway down the hill. So we're doing like 32, 33 into these corners. Take a slightly wide line, try to be smooth. This guy's looking back because he doesn't want to chase, and so I just maintain my speed, put in probably a 500 watt. Got a guy fly up the inside. That was a solid move on my part. And we find ourselves on the front, which is always fun. So I'm just trying to stay on the power. You can pedal every single one of these corners. Obviously, so here's my number. That was probably the move out of the last corner. So 4, 5, 6. So that's me getting on the front right there. Is that 600 watts? And so obviously we're a few seconds delayed. Coming through, second to last corner, we're still on the front. I look back. There's a few guys. I've got a line of people behind me, and so top left, my heart rate 182. We're still good. 185 is where I start really feeling some pain, but we're still doing 300 watts. So we're sitting right about FTP, just above FTP in this case. 400 watts is not my FTP. That'd be pretty cool if it was. Unfortunately, it's not. It's usually about 305, 310, 315. Coming down, doing some power, trying to hold our best pace possible, but these guys are getting off the front. And the reason I'm on the front is the teams have let this go on purpose, and so if I don't chase it back for my teammates, it's not going to help us in any way. So luckily, maintain a high pace, above our average. You can see I got a line of people behind me in the shadows. Through this right corner, just try to be as smooth as possible and carry some speed. But this effort hurt a lot, and later in the race we'll kind of see my result wasn't the best because of, unfortunately, this one really burned me out. Come through here, this is where we get a slight tailwind into kind of a vorticey filled second to last straightaway. But I pull off. These guys, I'm burned up. ICA is not ICA, Indiana Development Team, whatever they're called. There's my teammate Will, so I was kind of pulling for him, hoping these guys would pull it back. But you can see they had a big team control in the front. There's my teammate Andy. So riding for my teammates, it's part of the game. Andy has a much better sprint than me and probably a bigger threshold as well. And Will is always just in the best place possible. But you can see quite a few people not chasing. We'll jump ahead. All right, so we are about 2.5 laps to go. I got this Winona Lake guy in front of me. He's one of the local teams, that Blue Sox. And you can see I'm kind of off on the back of the peloton, just over 2 laps to go. And so if I wanted to have a good result, I'd have to be putting in an effort. But honestly, that on being on the front earlier in the race and just how fast the early part of the race was, I'm honestly pretty cooked. These kids are fast, and unfortunately, this guy's not closing down the gap. I'm getting in his draft. I'm holding it relatively well. Ignore the GPS. Sometimes the numbers really screw up the GPS. The numbers, the buildings is what I meant. Coming in 2 laps to go. Here we go. So coming down the hill, everyone's getting frisky as can be on the front. I try to come around this guy, but he just can't decide what line he's going to pick. Everyone does the last second swing wide. I'm trying to bridge up to this group, trying to put down some power. So that power currently is out of the last corner. So you can see how far behind we are with this power. Thanks Insta360 data. Anyways, coming up here, I catch onto the Peloton. Again, that one he probably cooked me pretty good. Pretty good. Got a sweet bike in front of us. I think this is a BMC or ER1. Looks kind of sick. But I'm in the pain cave. I've caught up to the back of the Peloton, and it's just a bit messy. Got 1.5 laps to go. Here's my teammate Will. I think Andy's up the road a bit. He's in a much better spot. He's top 10 wheels. He didn't do too much work this race and raced it pretty smart and trying to help pull those guys off the front back. I think he got a good draft. But we're coming in here. I'm not getting any draft. Giant acceleration down the hill into 1 lap to go. And I am pretty sure I'm about to get popped. We're at 184 heart rate. This would be back on a straightaway or two. So it's only going to go up. 186, that's painful. 20 seconds ago, so that means even now I'm hurting. But you see, I'm not closing down this gap. This was painful. I'm just watching these guys. I mean, if I was fresh or didn't do as much work during this race, this would be an easy way to make up some spaces. We're not really going that fast. We're doing just over 30 miles an hour. So, I mean, the wind's a lot, but you can still make up some space and time. And, there's only 30 seconds left lap in the race. So you can, just kind of hold that crazy threshold power and high heart rate and you'll make it. But you can see, unfortunately, Will is also popped. The guy in front of me is popped. He's dropping Will's wheel. And we roll in for like 20-something. I'm trying to do some watts here. This guy's doing a little acceleration. I'm doing a little stand-up acceleration here. Get on the inside of these guys, take the faster line. It's a Quick Pro ER1. Nice. Our team will be racing that next year. Anyways, take the apex, try to do acceleration down the hill, and roll in for like 20-something. I don't remember, 26 maybe out of like 40, 45 guys. So that is, you can see big crowds on the left. Really cool event. You should come out and watch it. Really fast, really fun. And Twilight race and big party all weekend. So that's Fat Skinny Crit Downtown Day 1, May 25th. Thanks.